I'm like, you know what I didn't notice this morning or yesterday? Well, the WNBA's tweeting out about Caitlin Clark, the Indiana.
Let's set the scene. It's a crisp spring day in Iowa City, and Caitlin Clark, the hometown hero who turned college basketball into a cultural phenomenon, is back. The Indiana Fever, her WNBA team, is taking the court, and the energy in the arena is electric. Fans are decked out in black and gold, screaming her name like she's the second coming of a sports deity. This isn't just a game, it's a homecoming, a coronation, a moment so ripe for marketing you'd think brands would be tripping over themselves to capitalize on it. Caitlin's return to Iowa is the kind of narrative gold that companies dream of. A redemption arc, a local legend, and a win that feels like it was scripted by Hollywood.
Now, where the hell is Nike? Where are you, Nike? Now, Caitlin Clark is signed to a Nike deal. They're not afraid to drop to their knees and
yet, Nike, yes, that Nike, the company that practically invented sports marketing, was nowhere to be found. No tweets, no Instagram posts, no slick 15-second hype videos. Not even a recycled ad with a generic "she's built different" tagline slapped on it. It's as if Caitlin Clark, who signed an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal with Nike, was just a blip on their radar. Meanwhile, the WNBA itself was hyping her up. The Indiana Fever was posting like proud parents, and even Gatorade got in on the action with a heartfelt "Welcome back to Iowa, Caitlin" post. But Nike? Crickets. It's the kind of silence that's so loud it demands an explanation. Now, before we dive deeper, let's take a step back and appreciate just how big Caitlin Clark is. This isn't just about a talented athlete, it's about a phenomenon. During her college career at Iowa, Caitlin didn't just break records, she obliterated them. She became the NCAA's all-time leading scorer, surpassing both men's and women's records, with a flair that made every game feel like a blockbuster movie. Her long-range logo threes were the stuff of legend, the kind of shots that had fans leaping out of their seats and commentators losing their minds.
When they signed Caitlin Clark to an 8-year, $28 million endorsement deal, so why in the world are they ignoring?
She wasn't just a player. She was a movement, a one-woman revolution who made women's basketball appointment viewing for millions. When Caitlin transitioned to the WNBA, the hype followed her. Her rookie season with the Indiana Fever was nothing short of historic. She was named the unanimous WNBA Rookie of the Year, led the league in jersey sales, and sold out every collaboration she touched, from Wilson basketballs to limited edition merch. Arenas packed with fans chanting her name became the norm, and TV ratings soared to levels the WNBA hadn't seen in years. Caitlin Clark wasn't just playing basketball. She was elevating the entire league, turning casual viewers into die-hard fans, and proving that women's sports could command the same spotlight as the NBA or NFL. So, when Nike signed her to that $28 million deal in April 2024, it seemed like a match made in marketing heaven. Here was a brand known for its bold campaigns, its ability to turn athletes into global icons, and its knack for spotting cultural moments before they even happened. Pair that with Caitlin Clark, a player who embodies everything Nike's "Just Do It" mantra stands for. Fearlessness, excellence, and a relentless drive to redefine what's possible.
He's after retweeting. And by the way, this is because Nike, every other brand was talking about Caitlin going back to Iowa, but Nike ignored it. Nike have ignored nearly everything Caitlin Clark.
This should have been a slam dunk, a layup, a logo three from half court. So why, oh why, is Nike fumbling the bag so spectacularly? Let's start with the Iowa homecoming game, because it's the perfect case study in Nike's inexplicable silence. This wasn't just any game. It was Caitlin's triumphant return to the city where she became a legend. The crowd treated her like royalty, the Fever notched a rare win, and Caitlin herself was in peak form, draining a jaw-dropping logo three that had social media exploding. If you're a brand, this is your moment. You post a photo of Caitlin mid-shot, you drop a hype video with slow-motion highlights, you launch a limited edition sneaker called the Iowa Icon. You do something. But Nike? They did nothing. Not a single post, not a single nod, not even a retweet of someone else's post. It's like they forgot they signed her. Fans noticed, and they weren't happy. Social media erupted with Caitlin's supporters. Let's call them the Clark cult, because their passion is that intense, calling out Nike's absence. One fan tweeted, "Yo, hey Nike, you good? Did your internet crash or are you just allergic to Caitlin Clark?" Another wrote, Gatorade's out here hyping Caitlin's Iowa return, but Nike's acting like she's playing pickup at the YMCA. The backlash was swift, savage, and frankly, deserved. For a company that's built its empire on celebrating athletes, Nike's silence felt like a betrayal.
It's done over the last couple of years. And Conor McCaffrey retweets at Nike, y'all don't got internet or what? Their stock is continuing to tank, obviously.
Not just of Caitlin, but of the fans who've made her a superstar. To understand why this matters, let's talk about what Nike could have done. Imagine a campaign that leans into Caitlin's story. A small-town Iowa kid who grew up shooting hoops in her driveway, dreaming of the big stage. Picture a commercial that cuts between grainy home videos of young Caitlin and her now iconic WNBA highlights, with a voiceover saying, "Compare that to how Nike treats other WNBA stars, and the contrast is stark." Take Angel Wilson, for example. Nike has practically built a shrine to her at their headquarters. Every shoe release is a spectacle, complete with fireworks, custom packaging, and social media campaigns that make you feel like Aja's the only athlete in the world. If Aja scores a double-double, Nike's posting about it. If she waves to a fan in the stands, Nike's dropping a limited edition Wave Like Aja hoodie. And don't get me wrong, Angel Wilson is a phenomenal player, a two-time MVP who deserves every bit of her shine. But why does it feel like Nike's playing favorites, giving Aja the red carpet treatment while Caitlin's left to fend for herself? Then there's Angel Reese, another rising star who's gotten the full Nike experience. When Angel got her signature shoe, it was a moment. The packaging was sleek, the marketing was on point, and the rollout felt like a coronation.
Caitlin signed an 8-year deal with Nike for up to $28 million. A super cheap contract they'll make a killing off of with a signature shoe. But despite winning unanimous WNBA Rookie of the Year,
Again, Angel's a fantastic player with a magnetic personality, and her shoe deal was well earned. But the disparity is glaring. Caitlin, who's arguably the biggest draw in the WNBA, doesn't even have a signature shoe in the works. Nike's official excuse? Something vague about strategic timing. Translation: they're stalling, and no one knows why. So what's behind Nike's cold shoulder? Let's explore a few theories, because this isn't just about a missed tweet. It's about a brand's priorities and what they're afraid of. Theory number 1. Nike's scared of the WNBA's vocal gatekeepers. You know the ones I'm talking about. The online subculture that treats Caitlin Clark like she's an outsider crashing their sacred party. These are the fans who've been with the WNBA since its early days, who feel like they've earned their stripes by supporting the league through its lean years. To them, Caitlin's meteoric rise is a threat, a sign that new fans are flooding in and changing the vibe. They'll grudgingly admit she's talented, but they're quick to point out that she's not the whole league, or that she's overhyped. Now let's be clear, gatekeeping in sports fandom is nothing new. Every league has its purists, the folks who think you're not a real fan unless you've memorized the starting lineup from 1997. But in the WNBA, this gatekeeping has a unique edge, fueled by the league's history of being undervalued and overlooked.
from Nike is an obvious lie. What are they hiding? Well, Caitlin originally signed an NIL deal with Nike when she blew up in college. She was so popular. Caitlin was the most recognized.
For some longtime fans, Caitlin's popularity feels like a slap in the face, as if her success somehow diminishes the contributions of the players who came before her. Never mind that Caitlin's drawing new eyes to the league, boosting ticket sales and making it possible for veterans to get bigger contracts. To the gatekeepers, she's the shiny new toy, and they're not here for it. Nike, for all its bravado, seems terrified of these gatekeepers. The brand has spent years cultivating an image of inclusivity and empowerment, aligning itself with social justice causes and amplifying underrepresented voices. That's admirable, but it's also made them hypersensitive to backlash. If Nike goes all in on Caitlin, they risk alienating the vocal minority who'll accuse them of pandering to new fans or ignoring the league's pioneers. So instead of taking a stand, Nike hedges its bets, promoting safer choices like Aja and Angel while leaving Caitlin in limbo. It's corporate cowardice dressed up in a performance fleece, and it's not a good look. Theory number 2, Caitlin's brand doesn't fit Nike's current playbook. Let's talk about Nike's marketing strategy for a second. Over the past decade, the company has leaned hard into campaigns that spark conversation, often tying their brand to cultural moments or controversial figures. Think Colin Kaepernick's Dream Crazy ad or their support for Serena Williams during her battles with tennis's old guard. These campaigns aren't just about selling shoes. They're about staking a claim in the culture war. positioning Nike as a brand that's not afraid to take risks.
The very people that are mad at all you Caitlin Clark fans, Nike doesn't want to make mad. I will give the WNBA credit because I think they didn't want to make them.
Caitlin, on the other hand, is the opposite of controversial. She's a Midwestern kid with a wholesome image, a work ethic that's almost cliche, and a game that speaks for itself. She's not out here throwing shade on social media, feuding with rivals, or stirring up drama for clout. She's talented, consistent, and, dare I say it, a little too normal for Nike's taste. In a world where algorithms reward outrage and hot takes, Caitlin's quiet excellence doesn't generate the same buzz as a player with a knack for viral moments. Nike seems to have decided that she's not spicy enough to anchor their next big campaign, so they're keeping her on the sidelines. Theory number 3. Nike's just bad at this. Okay, maybe bad is harsh, but hear me out. Nike's not infallible. They've made missteps before. Remember the NKRS app crashes or the time they overhyped a shoe that flopped? It's possible that their handling of Caitlin is less about strategy and more about incompete.
We're putting her up. We've got to put her up. She is this league, the entire league. A lot of people noticed exactly